Man, it's ready, dude.
This is gonna
you know what I'm
this
saying?
is priceless.
This is
right
the type
here.
of cat that I play homage to, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Compton all day, but you know what I'm saying? This is
Oh, so do I? You gotta understand,
man. This is right here. I'm happy right now. You don't understand, man. Big A in the building, man.
Yeah, and then now I got that. I want to jump right into it myself personally.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, there was a time period you was locked down.
Yeah, yeah.
During that time period, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Were you had to be up under Supreme, or did you have to, were you around Supreme, or had any kind of?
No, my whole movement, man, getting locked down for me was just a time for me to find myself. You feel me? Find myself in exactly what I wanted to do. I knew where I was coming from and I knew where I was going, but it was the power of the Lord to show me the way. You know what I mean? Like, you want this or you want that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I chose, this. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So I put down all the negativity and, kept my prayers going up and, really didn't know what direction I was going. I just knew I had a path. You know what I mean? So just by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying, I was able to go through the shadow of darkness and come out on the back end.
Now, you came through the whole music game.
Yeah.
Actually, and I'm gonna say it like to me, one of the last greatest eras.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's coming back around right now. It's,
Right. Yeah.
Now, for those that don't know Big A,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just more than dog pound.
Yeah,
It's a whole lot more. Can you let my listeners give me just a little bit background about yourself, about who Big A is?
Big A.
What defines Big A?
Compton original CC rider. Wasn't never no sets when I came up in the game. It was saw CC rider, and then, sets started tripping, separating in Compton. But at that time, man, my homie Easy E came across. Before it was Easy E, was Eric Wright.
Right.
You know what I mean? We, turn back flips, scare gophers out the holes, hit them with lighter fluid like I'm watching, run around the backyard on fire. So it was having fun like that until, Eric was he was a futurist. So that's all, we all were futurists. You know what I mean? When the homies was gang banging, we was hustling. When the homies started hustling, we started doing other things. You know what I mean? But me being a high school graduate, you feel me? See, I was affiliated, associated with gangs, did the gang bang thing, but one thing I did go to class. See, I pretend I ditched to be on it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Back in the behind the scene, behind the gym gambling, throw that last $5 down and say, man, I'm gonna go to the restroom, but I ran to class. So when the homies see me graduate, they clown me. But I had that piece of paper, you feel me? So after that, I got a little more respect. So I went to the military. But at that time, Eric had came across a nice little package of hustle. And I seen all that shit and I got on. I went to the Army. I had to get a way out. So I went to the Army just following my path. You know what I mean? But I didn't know Eric was Easy until like 89. I was in Fort Dix, New Jersey.
So you weren't even in Compton at the time when Easy started doing his thing?
We left. We was hustling burglaries and hijacking Sony Pioneer trucks, taking the equipment, kicking in the doors in the warehouse. Because Compton is an industrial area.
Right.
And you had Sony, Hitachi, Magnavox, all those electronic warehouses over there. So I used to go get a G-Ride, running through the docks to start boxes. That's what we was doing, getting down back, hustling hard back then. So I remember going to a concert with Dougie Fresh, and, all the East Coast rappers, because I was on the East Coast. I didn't know what we had going on down here. All I knew was Rockberry, all that bullshit, Ice-T. So when I heard, I went to a concert to see Heavy D and Kumo D and all them dudes, and all of a sudden they turned off the lights and then boom, straight niggas from Compton. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I was in the nosebleed because I was in the military. I had to use a military uniform to get in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because when you leave a military base, you have to be in military uniform. So the people know that you're military. It was a military community.
Right.
So when I heard Straight Outta Compton, I kind of like made a dash to the stage. And it was my homeboys. You know what I mean? That's when I knew that I know what I'm going to do now. So Eric let me come to the side of the stage. Asked me what I was doing in the Army.
Right.
He went one way, I went another way, but we was homeboys. We grew up together. So he's like, when you getting out? I said, like, man, I ain't getting out for another year or two. So he gave me his business card, and they had to get them out of there. You know what I mean? Right. So I kept that business card until I got out. I got back to Compton about 90.
Okay.
Back in 90, 91, I got back to Compton. I hit him up. He let me come to his office in Woodland Hills. And that's when he started giving me the blueprint. What was going on with everything from Death Row to Dre. It was like a debacle going on. So he gave me that game, showed me some information that he wanted me to see,
right,
why things were going the way it was going. And because he had problems in the neighborhood, I was one to kind of like mend that. You know what I mean? Like give him that pass. So he did come back, shot a video there. And I remember he was saying how he wanted to do the radio station. He did Rufus Radio. That's how we got into this.
1580.
Yeah, he paid for that though. See, Eric, let me do that. Broke them off cheese, but had that spot. You know what I mean? And everybody thought he was gonna just play all nothing but Rufus stuff, but he played everybody's shit.
A very popular radio station. AM at that.
Yeah, exactly. So from there, man, he passed. You know what I mean? But I can say one thing about it. Every time I was with Eric or whatever he did, he always allowed me to keep a camera, videotaping, conversations, behind the scenes. So I'm the one who put out that funeral footage that's on the internet.
Okay.
I was the only one who had a camera, was allowed to have a camera and film the funeral.
Okay.
So I told Miss Wright that I would never use that footage for my financial gain. So I gave her copies of the footage. So when Lil E became of age, because I kind of like raised Lil E.
Right.
I had a record shop in Compton. That's what got me into the music business to find out how it really operates. See, that's one thing Eric told me, get a record shop, and if you build it, they'll come. I didn't know what it meant, but I knew that I wanted to do something in my community for Eric, so I built a record shop, just like you guys did, and with the station. And I didn't know that building that record shop would bring talent, executives, have me going around the world, just as a retailer, as a futurist. So once I did that, you can only do so much behind the counter.
Right.
And my business and my energy that I had, my focus was really to support artists, because I knew the back end of the movement of how administration worked. Eric was getting a 68 cent a record. You know what I mean? He was one of the highest paid entertainers in the business at the time. He was getting 68 cents. Michael Jackson was getting $1 a record.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he was explaining to me how record labels work, how distributors work, and one thing that Eric had planned, he planned on having his a black-owned manufacturing distribution company for all urban independent acts. And when he died, he had 50 groups signed to him. So him and Michael Bivins had partnered up to do that. Michael Bivins had East Coast, and Eric had West Coast. So he actually had Black Eyed Peas, Bloods, Abraham. So he was multicultural. He just didn't have black acts. You know what I mean? So that gave me the vision. So just having the record shop there dedicated to Easy kind of brought, like, I had Montel Jordan, Cash. I remember Lil Wayne was like 14 years old when he came to the store. It was amazing because I had all the video games on the wall. You know what I mean? So just having that, I knew that I was making more money off of marketing. I had a little magazine, something like this, but it was the size of a check, doing interviews, and I was making tons of money off the magazine, tons of money off the billboard space, you know what I mean, posters. So I was like, to me, and that's when NAFTA first kicked in. And I remember that song, Sorry Miss Jackson by Outkast. It was a hit, but it wasn't available. Because record labels promote records 90 days prior to the album coming out. You hear a song, you want that song. So that's when NAFTA came about. So that's how the mixtape thing started happening. We started making mixtapes in the store. So from there, I decided to shut the store down because I felt like I knew the future of the business was going digital. I knew it was going digital back then. I knew about nanotechnology back then. I was dealing with futurists. Lou Myers is a futurist. Lou Myers was a grandfather on the Cosby. He was one of my mentors. They used to have things called incubation meetings. It was incubators. So I kind of like got ahead of myself, but I knew I was gaining something, gaining knowledge. So I decided to shut the store down because record labels want to control the label. The record labels want to control the artists and retail. And as you see, they shut retail down. and they shut retail down by shutting down one stops. So if the retailer is trying to sell records, but he can't get it because the one stop is shut down, you can't buy directly. I knew it was time for me to get out and really start working with the artists directly. That's one thing the president, his name was P. Jones, you can look him up, he was the president of BMG, a real good friend of mine. And he would give me insight of how the music business was changing and what they were doing. So I took his advice and shut the store down and started working with artists directly. My first artist was Skilo, Shara on Scotty Brothers. I started working marketing and promotion for Cool Dre over at Scotty Brothers. And from there, when Eric died, Cocaine, Hutch, and BG Knockout them did a single deal over there. So I started managing Cocaine because he was from Ruthless, Yella, you know what I mean? So now I'm having access to administration information, learning the game, the back end, how it operates, and building a relationship with the artists. And kind of transcending that information directly to the artists. Like, we don't need them. You know what I mean? So, and just by the grace of God, Beverly Broadus, which is Snoop's mother, came to my store, bought a record one day from me, and I gave her good customer service. She said, I like how you do it, you know what I mean? I've been looking for this one record, which was A Lady in Red by Temptations. They put out an album that you couldn't find, but I found it. And she liked that service, so she asked me to DJ her party, her 50th anniversary, and I will do that. I didn't know who she was, just a regular customer. So when I got there, I set up my DJ equipment. I didn't know she was Snoop's mother until he walked her in the room. But I know I